Hi everyone, David here from BEYONDEV, and almost 2 months to the day from where the accident took place, I have finally got my car back. And in today's episode, I'm going to show you exactly what was fixed and repaired and show you the workmanship of the work that did take place in this episode of BEYONDEV, your home for everything BYD. So this is the final product of all the repairs that occurred to my car. So if you don't recall, about 2 months ago, my car was involved in a rear end accident, and my car and its boot got smashed in pretty well. Basically, everything down here was all smashed up. All my lights were broken in, massive dent inside the boot lid. That was all scratched up. Camera was scratched up. Everything back here was all messed up, but as you can see, it's all repaired. So what they've basically done is put together a whole new back end. So this boot is brand new. These badges, brand new. This rear diffuser, brand new. Rear bumper, brand new. Camera, brand new. All resprayed, all reapplied, and it's looking really good. I'm actually really happy with the workmanship that's gone into getting all this done, and in particular, like looking at the panel gaps and how everything lines up, everything looks really good. So I got this done through Sheen Panel Service in Cheltenham, simply because I went through BYD's website, BYD Australia's website, and they had a list of approved panel repairers, and they were the closest one to me. So let's take a look at sort of some of the workmanship that they would have done, starting off with the rear bumper. As you can see, lines up really well, lines up perfectly, uniform gap all the way through. Just looking at the paint, I can't see a difference at all, exactly the same. This light bar, I believe, is new as well. Again, uniform panel gaps top and bottom. That panel gap, nice and straight all the way down, uniform all the way across. Just coming over to the other side, same deal here, nice and straight, nice and straight. Yeah, tiny bit of it, you can't even really see it. Uniform gap all the way across. Same with the light fitting here, and same with this panel edge here. Again, lines up perfectly, lines up perfectly. Can't see any difference in paint. So this is new, this is original, this is new, this is original. And from my eyes, I can't see a difference. Inside the boot, I was rear-ended, so this center tub was actually punched in a bit. And it was actually really difficult. I actually couldn't even open this up. Works perfectly fine now, no problems, all been pushed out. I'll be honest, when I first inspected the car, this rear bumper actually had pushed out quite a bit, like I actually could see behind the bumper. So I brought it up to them and they were like, yep, no worries, we'll take a look at that. And they readjusted it, and now this has been installed back in where it should be. So locking mechanisms all work, everything looks really good. Fit and finish is great, everything brand new, paintwork looks great, all the sensors, they all work fine, all the buttons, they work fine, and it locks perfectly. Really happy. So like I said, the accident took place on the 13th of November, and they had New Year's and Christmas break, so really, you know, I reckon this could have been done a lot sooner, but I basically got a call on about the 14th of December saying the parts are ready, I need to install, it's ready to be installed, but they just couldn't do it because of the Christmas break and all of that, and they had labour shortages. So I ended up getting this back on, I think, the 17th of January, which is basically almost 2 months to the dot of when the accident occurred, which I think is a really good turnaround. Like, everyone has opinions about, you know, BYD or Chinese manufacturers, and parts and everything are hard to come by, take forever. And I'm not saying it's going to be the same for everyone. I have heard some stories where people are waiting months for parts from BYD cars. I'm hearing things from Toyota owners and Ford owners that are waiting for parts and all kinds of stuff. So I don't think it's anything unique to just BYD as a brand. And it just so happens that, at least if I got rear-ended, they have the boot, the diffuser, the rear bar, everything was in Australia because they turned it around relatively quickly. So yeah, your mileage may vary depending on the type of accident you have as to how long it will take to turn it around. And look, some things they might be able to, you know, panel beat back into place, so they might not need replacement parts at all. It just really depends on the type of accident you're having. So for me, this, I think, was a really good result. I'm really happy with it. Doesn't even look like it was involved in anything, so that's pretty much all you can ask for, really. But yeah, I'll give you my final thoughts now. So yeah, 2 months and I've got her back. I am really happy with the workmanship that's taken place and the amount of time it's taken. Like I mentioned before, your mileage may vary. It just so happens with this particular car and the parts that needed to be replaced, they, I guess, had them in stock in Australia, so turnaround time was pretty quick. But that gives me, as an owner, a bit of peace of mind that should this happen again, I'm not going to be without a car for months. And even though I was without a car for about a month, I was given a loan car throughout that period, so I was still able to get around. Now, I did promise a review of that loan car that I got, but to be honest, decided not to because I think it's been done to death. I actually got a Tesla Model Y as my loan car and I drove that around, and I was actually going to compare the Model Y from the perspective of someone who's only ever driven a BYD before. If you see a Tesla Model Y review or anything online, it's usually judged against ICE vehicles or previous model Teslas because the person who's driving it's only driven Teslas before. I'll be honest with you, I had never driven a Tesla before, so that was the first time I had driven a Tesla extensively, and I was going to come to it from a perspective of how does it stack up against a Chinese EV that I've been driving for the last 8 months. Cut to the chase, I hated it. It wasn't a bad, overly bad car, but compared to the Seal, I much preferred the Seal. The fit and finish, the comfort, the seating position, I much prefer the Seal compared to like an SUV type style. And that might not be limited to the Model Y, it's just SUVs in general I'm not overly fond of. But yeah, I really, really missed my Seal while I was in the Y. One pedal driving, not that for or against it. It wasn't really, people sort of bang on about it and either love it or hate it. I'm neither. I could do with it or do without it. I'm erring towards just normal 2-pedal driving because I prefer the ability to coast, which 1-pedal driving doesn't give you. You have to have pressure on the pedal 100% of the time. Only when you're stopping or come to a complete stop can you actually get relief. Whereas I don't mind, you know, accelerating up to speed and then just letting off and letting the car coast, which you can't do on 1-pedal driving, of course. But I didn't want to do a video of that, been done to death, and this is a BYD channel, not a Tesla channel, and I didn't want to really devote any time to it. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Car's done, so hopefully going to get a lot more videos about the car and other things to do with it in the months going forward. But that's it for now. If you liked this little mini series, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you're new here, please subscribe for more BYD related content. We've got plenty more videos headed your way. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.